Hey, hey, hey. One sec. Is it on? Hopefully. I'm here. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Hello. One sec. I had to set up a lot of documents and files. So yeah, it took more time. Hello. Sorry. I'm here now. Good. Let's see who's here. Hechi. Hechi, you're here. Good. Jumpajiro, you're here. Gamba. 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 Good, good. Let me see. Let me just organize my screens a bit better. Let's see. Can you see me okay? Let me just pop up the chat. I need to get the chat. One sec. Sometimes just it goes everywhere. 2 minutes isn't late. I mean, for me, I want to keep everything I want to be on time. Hello. Good. Yes, I'm here. Just organizing my windows here. Good. You can see everything. Okay, you can hear me. Good. Okay. So let me I know, I have so much in front of me. So bear with me if I'm a little bit slow. I need to kind of double check things. Let me see. Here we go. I need to organize my screen. Let me have a look at this one. I know. You will see everything later. One sec. Just gonna double check with my screen capture. Okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna do this. Yeah, we go. I think one sec. I'll switch it. Switch the screen. Transition. Can you see? Okay, one sec. I will fix that. It's too big. Where's my studio mode? Okay, it's a little bit big. Okay, one sec. Fix the screen. Can move it here. Here we go. Can you see this? Can you see my Google Docs here? Hopefully. It's got some sentences. I'm sure you can see. Hello, hello, Gravina, you always make it here. Good, hello, good to see you. Good to see you. Good, good. Hechi, can you see? Can you see my Google Docs screen? I'm sure you can, right? It says original sentences by blah blah blah. Okay, just gonna switch my screen here. Okay. So I'm sure you can see this one. Okay, I'm gonna just start. Okay, I'm gonna just start. I might not be able to see the chat easily, but I'll just start anyway. Okay. I might not be able to respond quickly, so I'm gonna start with this one. Originally I don't know who submitted, so it's a mysterious person, and as a sentence here it seems like a question, and let's look at what it says here. So I want to ask a university student what the faculty department is at university. Okay, see, this way I can understand who they are learning to become. Okay, what they want to be, and what they're learning. Okay, as a profession. It's almost as asking who do you want to become, or what you want to be, what you want to do in the future, I guess. But a more mature version. Okay, in a way, I don't know if there is a better phrase in Japanese. Okay, sure. So it's okay, at university, okay. And so I guess it's for the first time. Okay. Let's see, some blah blah san no gakubu. We just say gakubu. We don't say daigaku no bu, but we just simply say gakubu. Let's see. 学部は何ですか？ So 学部 so 部 学部department, but for university city, department, or like, 学部, like, if it's 法学部, for example, 法学部 will be like for like law. So 法学部, if it's 法学部, maybe just easier to see examples. So like 法学部 is like, it's for the law, like department. Or 医学部, like a school of medicine. 医学部, 医学部, 医学部. So this is medicine. I'll just write medicine. Of course, it's about like university departments, but I'm not going to write everything here. Okay. So like, if they're studying law, they would say 法学部ね、法学部で勉強しています。Or, let me see, if it's 医学部, if they're studying medicine, they will say 医学部ね、医学部で勉強しています。Or 医学部の学生です。So yeah, as you can see, 学部 something 学部、文学部、医学部、法学部 something 学部 is for like faculty or department, like at a university. Okay, so then like you want to say 学部は何ですか? Or you could say 何学部ですか? Let me see. 何学部で勉強されてますか? That's also fine. Let's see. What's the best way? 学部は何ですか? 学部はどこですか? is also fine too. 何学部で勉強されてますか? ね、何学部で勉強されてますか? But maybe it's just simple something, somebody さんの、let's say 田中さんの学部は何ですか? Maybe it's simple. 何学部ね。何学部ですか? Is also fine. 何学部で勉強されてますか? Yeah, there are many ways to ask. But let's see. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna just delete this because just I answered it. So let's see. Okay, let me just go back to the chat briefly. Oh, you can see. Okay, good. Okay. Anybody have any questions about that? Let me see. Let me just put this up here. I'm sure it's pretty straightforward, but the thing is like, okay, it's limited to this, situation. Like you're meeting, somebody, at the university and like kind of introducing each other kind of thing. So it's pretty limited, Anyway, so shall I move on? Because, well, the thing is, I have a lot to go through. So I guess I'm gonna just move on, okay? I'm gonna just move on. And, I will answer, like, if you have any, like, specific questions. Let me see. And also I have a lot of files that I want to show you too. So like I'm gonna just keep going, okay? So Patrick, let's see. So here, so Patrick submitted sentences, okay? But interesting that it's a lot of domo throughout. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so yeah, Patrick wants to know how to use domo. Where do I even start? Okay, let's see. So I just go from here. Okay, so sentence 1, domo, and context. Let me just put this underneath. Yeah, I'm gonna just put this context thing underneath, so it's a little bit clearer. Okay, let's see. Context. Let me see. Just bear with me. I'm just gonna put this. It's not. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go from here. Sentence 1. どうも. I'm calling a client. They pick up the phone and saying hello. Okay, be careful. Okay, どうも is actually not for business. I know you might have heard どうも in like maybe like dramas or whatever, films. But be careful with like when you are talking to a client in a business situation, どうも is actually on the casual side of it. Okay, so yeah, you can't say this on the phone. Like, let me see. If you know the person very well, and if the client is a regular client, and they know, you guys know each other and you guys hang out, okay, sure, in that case, okay, どうも is, okay, as long as you know each other, and there's some kind of closeness, between you, then どうも is fine, but try avoiding using どうも in a business situation. I know, well, this is actually why Patrick asked me, because Patrick basically says, yeah, important word, but it's kind of weird that it isn't talked about a lot in textbooks because it's difficult to explain. That's why. Yeah, and depending on whom you are talking to and where it is and how you say it, as I said, it could be a little bit rude. I don't want to say it's a rude word or anything, but it's just like, since Patrick is saying, calling a client, so obviously it's more like a business situation. Yeah, for business Japanese, どうも actually has to be avoided, especially if you're not very familiar with the client. You've got to be more polite. So if you're just if you're calling a client, they pick up the phone and I'm saying hello. Okay, I see. So they say blah blah blah, and then you say then you have to kind of say who you are. So depending on the time of the day, if it's in the morning, of course, if it's in the morning, おはようございます. If it's in the afternoon, of course, こんにちは. Or we could just say お世話になっております. お世話になっております. I don't know if you know this, but I think business Japanese, it's a little bit too difficult for learners, so I don't want to go too deep because sometimes it doesn't make sense. So I will just go, I'm not gonna go too specific, okay? I'm gonna just like do a like more survival version of this. So どうも, yeah, you shouldn't actually say どうも on the phone with a client. Okay, so be careful. If you're working in Japan, どうも is actually a little bit rude in a business situation, so it's got to be avoided. But if you want to say hello, okay, you're calling a client, and okay, so then もしもしもしもしもしもし normally we just say the name, your name, と、申します。ね。ね。と申しますけど、just 申します。how do I say? 申します。Yeah, and then we just say like what you want right after it. So then パトリックと申します。If you're calling from a company, then you will say the company name. Let's say Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo の、任天堂のパトリックと申します。 for example. Yeah, so yeah, if you're calling somebody on the phone in a business situation, you have to say who you are. Otherwise, they will just kind of like, who's this person again? So yeah, so let's say they put the name of the company, your company. So let's say just Nintendo for now. So Nintendo no, and then your name, Patrick ね、Patrick ね、Patrick と申します。So my name is Patrick from Nintendo. That's what it is. So hello, I know, like in English, it's like, hey, hello. You could say that, but in Japanese, we just say who we are first, and then if you've spoken to the client before, then you will say something like お世話になっております。Let me see. So お世話になっております like this. This can kind of acts like hello. お世話になっております kind of shows that you guys have some business together before, and it's been kind of ongoing, and お世話になっております this is what we say a lot, especially in the beginning of an email, in a business email, or even if it's not like business, sometimes we still say お世話になっております instead of saying hello. I say this a lot, like when I'm writing like an email to someone who's a little bit more important, I say お世話になっております and I say my name after that if it's an email. Anyway, so let me see. どうも I'm still on the call and I'm apologizing to the client for what has happened. Okay, let's see. Yeah, again, if it's the if it's with the client, again, どうも like isn't a really good word. So let me see. You're apologizing. So it's like a kind of formal apology. In that case, okay. I see. Okay. 大変申し訳ございませんでした。It could get too long. どうも申し訳ありませんでした。Yeah. Let me see. In that case, if it's business, it's business Japanese is very different from like what you know. So, let me just put the official version. So 大変大変申し訳大変申し訳ございませんでした。Patrick, you shouldn't have asked business Japanese. Sorry. Yeah, this is a very formal apology. Let me see. So 大変申し訳ございませんでした。Okay. Let me just put hiragana next to it. So 大変申し訳ございませんでした。Okay, here we go. So, yeah. Right. Okay, so yeah. Since I'm just trying to be true to this context. Okay. So, yeah, if you're talking to a client, and especially when you're apologizing, you've got to be very polite. Okay, super polite. And even though you are not, familiar with, 大変申し訳ございませんでした. It's okay. You don't have to know this. I'm just writing this because you asked. Okay. Right. 大変申し訳ございませんでした. Yeah. 申し訳ございません means I'm sorry. And 大変, puts more emphasis. So I am very sorry. That's what it means. But 大変申し訳ございませんでした. So if you're apologizing, yeah, for what happened, and if it's like a business situation, then, we just use a different language, basically. This is still like a part of Japanese, but Japanese, is a bit complicated when it comes to like business or like keigo, more polite, or formal Japanese. It's a bit complicated. So maybe you haven't even seen like an expression like this, but it's kind of, you don't have to say it, unless you're in this situation. But well, it's still good to know, just as knowledge. So when you hear this, maybe in anime or drama, when somebody's like apologizing to like the boss or client or like someone who's more important, you'll be like, oh, okay, I understand that. Oh, they're apologizing very formally. Okay, does that make sense? So let me see. I'll just like go through the sentences, the rest of the sentences first. Okay, and of course, the context and sentences first, and I'll show you how to use domo properly. Okay, so I'll just go through them. Okay, and it just kind of adjust as I go, and show you the proper way or proper ways to use domo. Okay, so let's see. So that's it. Let me just just divide them like this. Okay, and okay, just gonna do this. Okay, so it's a little bit easier to see. And again, context, I'm still on the call, and I'm thanking the client for the patience. Okay, so again, see, now you see this is not going to be the correct phrasing, right? Because I just said domo should be, especially you when you're just saying this word on its own in this situation, is very, very rude. So be careful with domo. Okay, try avoiding it just to be on the safe side. I mean, if it's a casual situation, it's absolutely fine. We say all the time. I say domo, like domo, with a friend. But yeah, be careful in a situation like this. Okay, this, if you actually say this, at work to a client, you will lose your job. Okay, so be careful with this. So how do I correct it? Okay. So asking, okay, you want to thank? Okay. 大変ありがとうございました. Let me see. Okay, what kind of patience? I mean, like I guess, so you apologized before that by saying, 大変申し訳ございませんでした. So you apologized for what happened, and okay, I guess that the client was very understanding, I guess. Okay, I guess so. And then you want to say, oh, thank you for understanding. Okay, I think that's what you are trying to say. So in that case, okay, you can't say this one. You can't. Like, you just get rid of this first. Okay. Okay. ご理解いただきありがとうございました. Okay. Don't worry if you don't understand any of this. ご理解いただき、ご理解いただき、誠にありがとうございます。大変ありがとうございます。I'll just keep it simple. Okay. ありがとうございます。Okay. I'll do it like this. So, ご理解。ご理解。理解 means understanding. Okay. So, let me just put 理解. So, ご理解。ご理解 like this. Okay. 理解 on its own is a very good word too. So let's put this. 理解 means on its own means understanding. Okay. So, and what about when I say ご理解? What does it change anything? So this is what we call like beautification. Beautification. We make it beautiful. We make it sound good. Okay, especially when you're in a situation like this. You are talking to like an important client. In a business call, and you've got to stay polite throughout. So even though 理解 on its own just means understanding. 理解する. Let me just put this one too, because this is very useful. 理解する is to understand as well. Yeah, of course, it's a little bit more kind of official. Okay, 理解する. So ご理解. Of course, understanding, but this is more like your understanding. And this is more, formal. Okay. There we go. So then that's what ご理解 is. Okay, ご理解いただき. いただく is a very polite word too. ご理解いただきありがとうございます. いただき is exact same word as like いただきます. I'm sure you've heard of いただきます, but I'm not gonna go too deep into this yet. Okay, it's a bit too much right now. So ご理解いただきありがとうございます. Of course, ありがとうございます. Thank you. Thank you very much. And ご理解いただき thank you for your understanding. That's what it means. Okay, thank you for understanding me. Thank you for your understanding. That's what it means. So, using どうも here is not a good idea. Okay, so since in this situation, obviously, okay, something really like bad happened, or like maybe you troubled the client or customer, and you gotta be like, oh my god, and you gotta be polite. You can't say anything rude. You kind of have to remain polite. So yeah, ご理解いただきありがとうございます. So thank you for your understanding, or thank you for understanding. Okay, that's what it means. So that's that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I know. I mean, don't like I'll show you like how to do it properly. Okay, right after this. But I've got to be careful, especially if you want to know more about business. Japanese it's a different story. So again, I mean, I'm saying goodbye to the client. Yeah. Okay. So since again, with a client, just saying どうも one word is a very, very rude way to end a call. So don't do it. Okay, you know this by now. Good. But like now like by making mistakes, or just didn't know, like, oh, is this the right thing to say in this situation? Like, can I say this? By doing that, you just learn it. So it's a brave thing that Patrick put them all in different contexts, and used pretty much one word for every sentence to see, oh, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work in this in this case? It's not gonna work, right? So let's see. But it's good that you tried, because now it's helping other people. It's gonna help a lot of people, because like, oh, okay, I'm in Japan right now. I have a job in Japan. Oh, I've got to be very careful with what I say. So like this will help a lot of people. So like I actually want you to try something like this more actively. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you're saying goodbye to a client before ending the call. Okay, yeah. Of course, if it's a casual situation, どうもどうも, and it's fine. But if you're, at work and have to be polite, okay, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be acceptable. So let's delete that one. Okay, you want to say goodbye. And then you say 失礼いたします or 失礼します. Okay? 失礼します is fine. Yeah. 失礼します. Yeah, this is like how you kind of exit like a call, business call. 失礼します or 失礼いたします。では失礼します。Yeah, maybe では is fine. では then では失礼します。Yeah, is of course way better than using どうも. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's that. And then let me just go to this last one. Okay, let me see. Preemptively asking that it's funny. It's funny, but it's not just a joke. Okay. Let me see. It's funny, but it's not just a joke. I don't know if I understand this. If I understand this correctly, let me see. I know you are like trying to say this in advance. Yeah, you're saying, oh yeah, I know this is funny. But it's not just a joke. これおかしいけど冗談であるだけじゃない. I want you to elaborate on this. Patrick, are you here? Let me see. I haven't checked the chat. Oh, you're here. Good. One sec. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been checking the chat. So what you meant. Oh, okay. See. されて, te form of する. されて is from される. Which one? When did I say that one? It's not the te form. Te form of する is して. される is it's from する, but it's the it's a polite way. It's 尊敬語. Do you know 尊敬語? 尊敬語 means like a polite Japanese. It's a little bit complicated if you don't know 敬語, so don't worry about it. It's from される. 電話される、理解される. If you want to get into 敬語, you will see it. される is from する. Okay. It's more like a super polite version of する. That's what it is. Okay. And どう思う? Lisa, どう思う? Let me see. もちもち? Jump I don't know if I'm understanding you. Okay, good. Yeah, Patrick just wants to understand it. Like, that's great. Like, I love it because it's not easy. Like you're trying to look up, like, oh, how do I use domo? How do I use domo? Like some Japanese people can't even use this right. So don't worry about it. Maybe they're using it incorrectly, or again, it's a lot to do with the context. It's a lot to do with how close, they are, and who they are, whom they're talking to, and there's so many different factors. And of course, just looking at something, like a scene in like an anime, it doesn't tell that sometimes. Like, oh, I'm just gonna pick that word because they're using it a lot. But it's a lot to do with who you are, whom you're talking to, and where it is, and things like that. So it's actually a little bit complex, to use that one. Okay, but it's totally safe. If you're just like talking to friends, or like even like clients, or like people you know through business, and if you guys are very close, or if you hang out a lot, if you go out, and eat something for dinner, okay, so then you can be on on the casual side of politeness, and then start maybe using dom a little bit. But if you want to be on the safe side, and if you want to keep a job in Japan, it's best to avoid using domo if you're not sure. Like, oh, do I do I know this person enough to use it? So it's hard to tell right now, because like it depends on who you are, and depends on the circumstance. So let me see. Patrick didn't think it through. Okay, sure. No, it's okay. It's good. No, Patrick, it's good. Like I love it. I love it when if you try it like this. I like it because this will help so many people. Okay, don't worry. I know I'm like, okay, this is not right and things like that. Don't worry about it. It's like it had to be done. Because even Japanese people ask. Can you believe it? A lot of native Japanese people ask this question. Oh, can I use domo in a business situation? Even natives ask this question. So it is totally fine. And it's like, it's not surprising that you can't find this information easily because it's really hard to explain what this is. So let me see. Okay, sure. Patrick, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's not for business. Yeah, it's good to know that it's not for business. Good. Exactly, Hechi, right. Yeah, it will help other people too, so don't worry about it. Copyright strike in 3, 2, 1. Why? You can lengthen the S sound a little bit. と申します. Okay. Like a snake. Let me see. Wait, Zaito, what do you mean by copyright strike in 3, 2, 1? Okay, did I say anything? I'm not even like using any copyrighted materials here. I always kind of double check. Let's see. Who else? And all the drama talk, it reminds me I should go back to binging my drama again. Yeah. In dramas, you might see like domo, so on and so forth. Yes, let's see. And who else is talking? Jumpujiru. And let's see. Business 言葉質問大変申し訳ございません. Forget the business Japanese. No, don't worry. It's not a big deal, okay, Patrick? Took the Domo conversation from important Japanese words. I wish I existed in English, as it made me laugh and let. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. I don't know this person. Oh, Nintendo. Okay, Zaito. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. I'll get to the Nintendo bit. Okay, sure. I know, but the thing is, like, Nintendo actually allows people to even stream their games freely, and like they're more open. What they don't like is that if you are streaming like a Nintendo game, and if you're not saying anything, or if you're not commenting anything, or if you're just playing the music, okay, that's my finger's going crazy. That's what they don't like. So Nintendo actually allows people to stream freely, apart from like just like playing music, or if you're just like letting the ending scene run. Okay, that's like what they don't like. Okay, so like actually Nintendo is actually more forgiving than before. They used to be really strict, but now, like, along with Square Enix and like other gaming companies, they're very open now. They say like, oh, please share share our games, do more streaming. So that's why I'm streaming next week. Streaming Animal Crossing next week. Let me see. Okay. Okay, Patrick, the last sentence is a comment above the previous 4 sentences. Okay, see. Okay. Hey, Patrick, it's good that you are asking a teacher to be sure instead of blindly trusting. Right, honestly, Hechi, I totally agree with you. Yeah, now you know. Like, honestly, I know some people might say, "Oh yeah, domo is such a useful word. I'm gonna use it." But be careful. You can't do that in business. Okay. Of course, some might say, you have a gaijin card and you can get away with it. Well, it is true, but if you have a job in Japan and you've got to follow, proper rules, okay, maybe your gaijin card, might not be valid anymore, so of course, you can still use the, gaijin card, whatever that is, for like casual situations, but not so much in business. Okay. Oh, Corey, you're here. Good. Let me see. Okay, Jump Jita, don't mind me since no, I'm reading every single chat message here. Anyway, Zaito, always funny. Okay. Yeah, Nintendo used to sue people, but yeah, again, like when they didn't really like play, games, when they were just like, okay, showing, some okay, this music, or just playing music and no commentary, no gameplay, in that case, yeah, they actively sue people. I know, but it's like, yeah, I totally understand. Let me see. Corey here, good. Let me see. Yeah, they're super protective. I know. But in terms of like streaming, they do allow people. They do allow streaming of. I don't know if it's every single title. They have rules set for each game. But Nintendo is actually a little bit more flexible now, and because live streaming, games is a really good kind of free promotion for them. So anyway, who's here? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, there was a time, Zaito. There was a time they were trying to force people to make contracts with them to be able to stream it. Yeah, now, like they're more flexible, so individuals actually can stream Nintendo games, as they specify on their website, and also like let's see, big VTubers, like let's say like Hololive, they also have their own like contract with Nintendo, and a lot of like VTuber companies have contracts, agreements with Nintendo. So like they used to be more strict, but now they're more relaxed. Anyway, end of Nintendo's close. Is it? I think they'll still survive. They're going strong. Frogmint, you're here. Good. Hello. You made it. Excellent. Nice one. Okay, so I'm gonna continue. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's funny. It's not a joke. これはおかしい。おかしい。おかしい。おかしいけど、変ですけど、okay, so you said, yeah, you were talking about the previous 4 sentences, Patrick, and are you saying this to... Are you still saying this to the client, or you're just like saying this to yourself, or are you telling this to me? Like, can you specify that, because that's gonna change. Let me see. Patrick, can you answer that one? Like, I know you typed something here. Moon Channel has a very good video about why Nintendo is overprotective about their IPs. I recommend to check. Yeah. They're more relaxed now. I know they used to be so strict. Anyway, so Patrick, can you clarify, like, the last sentence? Like, is it addressed to is it still like to the client, or are you like talking to me, or is it like to yourself? Okay, I see. So it's separated from the client situation, yeah? Okay, I see. Okay, then I know. So yeah, I know, like, as you can see, I need to kind of ask a lot of questions, like, oh, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? It's just because Japanese is so contextual that if I don't know what it is, sometimes I can't even answer it. Okay, so I just want to be very accurate to what Patrick is trying to say. So like, okay, so you want to kind of disconnect from the previous dialogue. It wasn't even a dialogue. I know it was more like a kind of monologue, but yeah, like more like a response. Let me see. おかしいけど冗談だけじゃない。Let me see. It's not just a joke. だけじゃありません。冗談だけじゃない。Let me see. おかしいですけど、おかしいですけど、冗談だけじゃありません。let me see. おかしい。ちょっと待ってね。面白いけど、冗談だけじゃない。It's not just a joke. Let me see. おかしい is, I know you're asking me this, later, but おかしい。おかしい, of course, maybe you've seen, おかしい, is somewhere, like in a dictionary or, like a vocab deck or something, and then maybe it says it's funny, but it's a kind of different type of funniness. Okay, おかしい。おかしい is more like something is strange, something is weird. おかしい。if you're just saying like おかしい as like, haha, it's funny. おかしい is not the right choice. 面白いけど、let me see. おかしい actually is, おかしい as funny has more like negative connotation. Okay, I know, like, almost like there's no equivalent word in English. That's why it's really hard to translate it. Okay, but of course, an おかしい on its own means like, okay, funny, but like what kind of funniness? Again, it is very contextual, so like it's got to be tied to something. So when I use おかしい, it's more like I use おかしい maybe when I think, hey, that's weird, like it's supposed to be doing this, but like why is this happening, kind of thing. In that case, おかしいな. Yeah, like let's see, like, okay, so I'm streaming right now. I have my streaming set up, everything was running smoothly. Okay, like last week, okay, it was running fine, before the stream actually. Okay, and then bang, something happened and it stopped. It wasn't working, and then that thing kind of made me think, おかしい. おかしい, like, hey, that's weird. That's when I use おかしい. Okay, like, oh, hey, it's supposed to be working fine, but like, hey, what happened? In that case, おかしい is the right word. Hen is also like an alternative choice, but in this case, おかしい is more suitable for that kind of situation. Like, hey, like it was working before. おかしいな. Like, hey, that's weird. Like, I tested it. Yeah, so like, okay, I'm using my last week's example here, but that's when I actually use おかしい. So it wasn't actually funny, right? So be careful with this word. Or like another example I can think of is like おかしい as funny. Let me see. If there's like a guy, like a maybe scary looking guy, okay, walking, towards you, and maybe you kind of, like looked at him, like in a funny way, or like maybe slightly like laughed at him. Okay. In that case, the guy is like a little bit, he gets a little bit angry, and like then he will say, "何がおかしい?" What's so funny? That's when おかしい is more suitable to use. If you wanna use it as like funny. Yeah, but if you're just saying like, oh, おかしい as just funny, it's a tricky word to use. 面白い. In that case, 面白い is the safest way to say it. So, 面白いけど、冗談だけじゃありません。Let me see. If you want to keep it formal, one sec. See, I do two versions. これ面白いですが、冗談だけじゃありません。これ面白いけど、冗談だけじゃない。One sec. 面白いけど、冗談だけじゃない。Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wanted to say だけ though. Like, I know you're saying like, not just a joke. 冗談じゃない。冗談だけじゃない。これ面白いですが、冗談だけじゃありません。これ面白いけど、冗談だけじゃない。This just in English might not work in Japanese. これ面白い。If it's just simply, yeah, as Google suggests here, これ面白いけど、冗談じゃない。Like, it's funny, but it's not a joke. It sounds better in Japanese if you just get rid of it. So, of course, the meaning is not going to be exactly the same. Sometimes we can't even translate it. Okay? Yeah. Or better word is if you still want to have that like just like element, then ただの okay. ただの冗談 like ただの冗談 like a simple joke or so let me see ただの冗談じゃない then it makes more sense だけ doesn't really work here so これは面白いですが it's funny but ただの冗談じゃありません it's not just a simple joke or it's not simply a joke so this is just a casual version okay I know like sometimes like when you trying to say something and you kind of have like a sentence like in English sometimes it doesn't work in Japanese okay let me just drink my tea because I'm so thirsty and this is my invisible cup. Here we go. Ooh. Anyway, that's already let me see. Gosh, I've been talking for like 53 minutes. Great. So that's it. I'm gonna just go and let me see. Context I'm pretty absolutely yeah. Or ないじゃないじゃありません. Yeah, I just fixed it. じゃない. じゃない's formal version is じゃありません. This makes sense because if you think about it, ない is the negative form of ある, right? So ある negative form is ない, right? So if you think about it, if you want to make it polite, then ある ない and then ありません is a negative, isn't it? So ただの冗談じゃありません. Okay. So that's that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna just delete this one. Yeah, so どうも yeah, use it in a like a more informal, situations. If you want to use どうも like どうもどうもどうもどうも maybe I might say どうもどうも let's see if I'm joining, let's say if I'm joining like a party or something, like an event, I come in late I know the people in the party or event. I come in and I make my appearance and I might go like, domo domo, like this. Okay, this is perfectly fine because one, it's not like for business, and like I know the people, or like most of the people, at the gathering or event or party, whatever that is. And then like I come, like I make my entry there and I say domo domo, that's fine. I know it's a little bit funny to do that, but like, yeah, domo, like that's fine, that's cute, to do that, so that's fine. And any other acceptable situations for domo, of course, like domo arigato, to put some emphasis on arigato, domo arigato, that's fine too. And also domo arigatou gozaimashita is also fine too. But like domo on its own is a dangerous word. Okay, so that's what I want to say. So you're saying domo arigatou is perfectly fine. What else? Yeah, so domo. And also like, okay, when I'm talking to like a friend, and let's say like at the party, and okay, my friend brings me some snacks. And then I was, domo, domo arigato, domo, in that case, domo is fine on its own, or domo arigato, yeah, it's fine, and if it's like informal, yeah, domo is very versatile, yeah, and also like when you wanna, like say goodbye, after the party, most of them, and you wanna say, bye, see ya, kind of thing. Domo domo, domo, it's fine. Or just mata ne is fine too, like it's kind of like funny to use domo though. Like, I know you might hear this, but like it really depends on whom you're talking to. That's why, like, in some situations, even though it's informal, I wouldn't even use it. So that's why it's actually tricky to use it. Okay. If you know what you're doing, it's fine. And but you might want to observe how people are talking first. Okay. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now. Anyway, so let me see. Oh yeah, there's more questions. One sec. I haven't been through. One sec. Okay. Question. Here's one. What's the difference between 面白い おかしい? Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Okay, so let's see. You don't need to know 滑稽. This is like only for literature. You don't need to know this one. Okay, so I'm gonna delete that one because I don't think it's gonna be useful. And let me see. I don't even use it, so let me see. 面白いおかしい. Yeah, so I just explained. Okay, おかしい as so おかしい. Yeah, it's like weird. Hey, my setup should be working, but hey, what happened? おかしいな. Yeah, in that case, it's perfect. I wouldn't, translate おかしい as, oh, funny. That's weird. Okay, so おかしい, mostly like, hey, that's weird kind of thing. Okay, that's one. Let me see. Just kind of write it here. So, おかしい, like, more like, that's weird kind of thing, You always want to, like, when you're learning, individual, like, words like this, you always kind of link it to the situation. So then it's easier to remember. Because if you just learn this as funny, then you'll just, use it wrong. So that's a difficult thing in Japanese. You have to think about like examples and like example situations and connect to these circumstances. Of course, like, dictionary is not gonna say that. Anyway, so yeah, おかしい like, oh, wow, that's weird kind of thing. Okay, that's one thing you can do. And also, yeah, like, when like a guy is really pissed off, sorry about my language, like, hey, what's funny about it, kind of thing. Okay, so you know, this kind of thing. Okay, 何がおかしい, like, then it kind of makes sense. Okay, so if it's like, hey, 何がおかしい, you say, hey, what's so funny? Like, why are you laughing? Why are you like, you know, something on my face, kind of thing, you know? 何がおかしい? Okay, sure. In that case, yeah, in this context, yes, it means おかしい. Okay, おかしい means funny, but again, it's not always, because like, okay, this is how I normally use it. Hey, you know, my setup, you know, I tested it and it should be working. Something's wrong, you know. My stream failed, you know, last time. So like, okay, this is a perfect word for it. Okay, おかしい. All right, so that's that. And let me see. Anyone? Okay, 面白い. Okay, sure. 面白い is an interesting word on its own. Okay. Of course, interesting. But describing like a lot of different things. So let's see. Yeah, like let's say anime, video games. Yeah, always good to think about like realistic, you know, examples to, you know, use this with. So anime, games, video games, of course, any games, like any shows, let me see, like films, movies, you know, you get the idea. Okay, books, of course, books, stories, manga, of course, so on and so forth. Some just realistic examples here. Interesting. Let's see. What about interesting person? Yeah, person is fine too. Like, oh, he's an interesting person. Yeah, person's fine. Maybe he's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot of things. He or she, 面白い. Okay. So describing people as 面白い is fine. It's not offensive. Let me see. What you have here? Interesting. Okay. So yeah, on its own, it just means interesting, and also the second meaning is also funny too, just like simply funny, you know. So, but of course, again, it's all about the context, right? So funny, like let's say joke. Yeah, when you're talking about, oh yeah, okay, that was so funny. Oh, 面白い. You know, of course, you need to have some kind of context. You can't just say one word and you know, hope that I'm a mind reader. Maybe I am. Let's see. So yeah, talking about like a funny joke, 面白い. Yeah, anything that's funny. Yeah, like comedian or something. Yeah. Yeah. So let me see. Comedians, etc., etc. Okay, so here we go. So let me see. Yeah, if you're obviously talking about like a comedian, let's say Ricky Gervais or something. Ricky Gervais は面白い. Then you're clearly saying that you know, he's a funny person, you know. But if you think that, okay, you know, Ricky Gervais, you know, he's actually not just funny, but just like, you know, interesting as a person. Like, you know, he knows a lot. He supports like animal rights and things like that. You know, he's much more than comedy. Then again, I said, you know, as I said, it's all about the context. You know, you're saying he's an interesting person. ね、Ricky Gervais は面白い. You know, but if you're just talking about his comedy itself, you will say, oh, he's really funny. See what I mean? So it's all about context. So like, you know, if you just ask me, oh, what is 面白い? It's so hard to answer. Like, I'll be like asking you like, oh, in what context? Like, you mean by this? You mean by this? So like, yeah, it's all about knowing what you are talking about. Okay? So that's that. And let me see. 楽しい. Okay, let me see. 楽しい. Always think about example sentences. So 楽しい. 楽しい is of course fun. something's fun, enjoyable, but like think about let me see. If you think about like an event, you went to let me see, Nintendo World again. Nintendo, yeah. I'm not sponsored by Nintendo. Anyway, so event. Going to like an event, parties, whatever. Matsuri, omatsuri festivals, and then I'll be like, oh, 楽しかった? Was it fun, or did you have a good time? Then this is a perfect word to use. You go to an event, or you go to the Nintendo World, Universal Studios, USJ, wherever. Oh, by the way, there's a theme park inspired by Bungo Stray Dogs in Japan. If you're in Japan, you have to go. Okay, it's in Fujikyo Highland. They have Bungo Stray Dogs theme park right now. It's happening. I can't go because I'm here in the States right now, so I can't go. But if you're in Japan, you should go. Anyway, so yeah, for something enjoyable event. I'm also like an event. 楽しかった. Like an experience. Yeah, more like an experience. And can you talk about このゲームは楽しいゲーム. Yeah, you could say 楽しいゲーム. 楽しいゲーム. Can we say movies 楽しい? Describing like a story as 楽しい is a little bit weird, but it's more like having fun, something related to like having fun. Yeah, then you can use 楽しい. Okay, and the related verb is 楽しむ. Okay. This is to enjoy. Okay, so they're connected. Okay, so I often say 楽しんでね, like have a good time, 楽しんでね. Okay, so that's that. Let me just okay. I just kind of have to keep checking if the stream is still alive, because as you know, like I'm still traumatized by what happened last weekend. Anyway, so let me see. I think I answered everything Patrick asked me, but it's great. I mean, I love it, Patrick. Thank you, so much for writing all this. I mean, I wrote it myself too, but yeah, like Patrick was confused about how to use domo, so like we can went through like when you can actually use it. Oh, is it a bad idea to use it in business? The answer is yes. And I answered a bunch of questions here. Did I miss anything here? So let me say 面白い、おかしい、楽しい. Are they funny? Okay. I think I answered everything here. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna delete that. So just keep it simple. Here. You're gonna go to the next one. Okay. Hechi, okay, I'm gonna just go through your sentences. Okay, as much as possible. Okay, you want the sentences to be corrected in the polite form? You can sure. I can do that. Okay, I can still add. Maybe I can list it like underneath. Yeah, so it will benefit more people too. Okay. 頭が痛いとき何もしたくないです。So here. So 頭が痛い。頭が痛い。時何もしたくないです。Okay, I don't want to do anything when I have a headache, which is a correct sentence. Okay, and you're asking, do I have to put no between atama and itai to say headache? Okay, let me see. Let me show you what this is. Okay. The answer to this is a no. Why do you need no? Because there's no reason to put no there, right? Because, okay, like, are you talking about noun or noun? if you think about it, oh, this is a noun, but this is not a noun. So like no doesn't belong here, right? So this question, like to answer your question, you don't need no. Okay? So let me see. 頭痛 頭痛 is a noun, and this means headache. Okay? So if you want to know the right word for headache, this is the word. Okay? It's a noun, but let me just expand a little bit more here. Yeah, this pattern. Okay, so something が痛い. Okay. 頭が痛い、歯が痛い for example. 歯が痛い。teeth 痛い hurts. Sore. So it means I have a toothache. Literally, it means my tooth or my teeth doesn't, I don't know, it could be my tooth is sore. If I translate it directly, okay? So, 歯が痛い. If I say ha, tooth or teeth, okay? And 痛い is sore, painful, okay? 歯が痛い. Something が痛い it's just a pattern. Okay, you don't want to overanalyze it. Something が痛い it's just a pattern. Okay? So yeah, it's handy because something hurts, something is sore. Okay? Means something is sore or painful. Okay? So then like of course, if you think about it, you have atama, so atama head, atama ga itai, so my head is sore, direct translation. But of course, if you put it nicely in English, I have a headache, right? So that's why atama ga itai toki, so when I have a headache, okay? So that's fine. Okay. Oh, 頭痛がある時 is fine too. As I said, 頭痛 is a headache. So 頭痛がある to be or I have. So 頭痛がある時 or 頭痛の時は is also fine too. So many possibilities here. Okay, I'm so thirsty. It's my invisible cup. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, something が痛い. It's a pattern. Something sore. Yeah, you can use it for pretty much anything, like any like body part. So if you say 足が痛い, 足が 足が痛い. So 足 like foot. My foot is sore. So on and so forth. Okay. Or if you 首 neck 首が痛い. You can use it for 首 and a lot of like body parts. Yeah, 首が痛い. Okay. So that's that. Let me see. So yeah, to answer your question, you don't need a no. Because like maybe you thought it's a noun, it's not. Yeah, this one just like it's simply using the pattern here. Something が痛い. So here you see it's not no. Okay, it's just a pattern and you just fit it into here. Okay. Yeah, 頭痛 sorry, I keep saying 頭痛 is right here. 頭痛 means headache. So 頭が痛いとき、また頭が痛いとき、何もしたくないです。Yeah, when I have a headache, I don't want to do anything. Okay, it's fine. It's correct. Let me see. いつから日本語の勉強をしてますか? Let me see. Since when have you been studying Japanese? Okay. Context, I met another person that is studying Japanese and I asked them this question, okay? So, did I place kara correctly? You mean this one? And did I also place the no particle? Let me see. Between, okay, this one? Okay. Nihongo and Benkyo correctly? Okay, let me see. I see. Okay. Few things. Right. Good. Right. Let me just do this. Okay. いつから So since when? So yeah, いつから if you are making a question, I give you a little tip here. When you're making a question and if you're lost in like, oh, which order shall I put, a particle, like where do I put like, different elements in a sentence? I recommend starting from the answer. Okay, so let me show you like a typical answer to this. I'm gonna just answer it just like, and let me see. So the person might say 4月 or something. 4月. So 4月から Okay, let me just do this. Okay, so if I say this 4月から so since April 日本語を object を勉強しています。Okay, so what's this? So 日本語を勉強する日本語を勉強する is to study Japanese, right? But I'm using ているています present continuous. We can use present continuous for something that's been ongoing as well, which is different from English. Okay, because like when you say this in English, you would actually use I've been studying Japanese since April. Okay, so just like giving you like an example answer, so then we can go to the question. Okay, so just an example answer here. So 4月から so since April 日本語を勉強しています。Of course, this is from 日本語を勉強する right? 日本語を勉強する to study Japanese, right? So 日本語を object or and a verb here, but why do I have the present continuous? Okay, let me do this one by one. Okay, so when you want to say something that's been ongoing, so in this English sentence, I've been studying Japanese since April. Grammatically, this is called a present perfect continuous. Present perfect is like I've, and this is being. It's not I am. Present perfect continuous because something has been ongoing. Okay. So even though you might not know this term, it's okay. This just means something has been ongoing. Okay, present perfect continuous. Something has been ongoing for like, let's say, in this case, since April. Or you can also have like the duration of time as well. If you want to talk about, okay, so if it's April, then 4, 5, 6月、7月. So like if you want to say for 4 months, for example, then 4ヶ月 is fine if you want to talk about like the duration of time. Okay. In that case, in English, if you speak English, what you'll be using is present perfect continuous. What is present perfect continuous? This is present perfect continuous. I've been doing something since, or I've been doing something for 4 months, 2 years, so on and so forth. Okay, in that case, what do I use in Japanese? We still use the present continuous form. I know, we stretch it. We stretch the present continuous ている. to the max, okay, to the max level. Even though in English, you don't say I'm studying Japanese since April. That's weird. That's grammatically incorrect. Of course, people still understand it, but you'll be actually switching to present perfect continuous in English. But what about Japanese? We don't care. We still use present continuous ている form. Okay, so that's why. So 勉強してて form plus ている勉強している. Of course, must is for the polite form. Okay. Okay, so if you see this, so 勉強する dictionary form, 勉強してて form plus いるている. This is present continuous in Japanese. Or present progressive if you're familiar with that term. Okay, and present continuous in Japanese is super flexible, and we can even stretch it to this level. It's very handy. Okay, so that's why I have 勉強しています. Casual form will be 勉強している. Okay, since Hechi asked me to to keep it formal, I'm just gonna keep this formal here. Okay, if you want to go for something informal, you'll be saying 4月から日本語を勉強している. Okay, but if you want to keep it formal, 4月から日本語を勉強しています. Okay, so just if you think about it, okay, if you think that, okay, I want to have this as an answer, it gives you an idea of how to construct a question. So if you want to know this, but the thing is, you don't know, okay? You don't know about this. So then the question word will be いつから, okay? Because this is what you want to know, okay? You want to know when, okay? So then, let me see. いつから, and I'm going to just copy this and this and then do the formal question. Okay, so then, since when? Have you been learning Japanese and so forth? Okay, so I'm gonna just put this like this. Or if you wanna say, maybe it's easier to say どのくらい, like for how long, if you wanna kind of make it a little bit more flexible. どのくらい, like for how long 日本語を勉強していますか? That's also fine too. The choice is up to you. So yeah. Yeah, in this case, if it's especially when it's present continuous. Of course, I say present continuous, but you're talking about how long it has been. How long it has been. Okay, present continuous. Present continuous in Japanese is super flexible. It's not just about action happening now. Okay, so どのくらい, so this is like how long. I'm not gonna write everything. Because I'll be here all day. So anyway, so yeah. My tip, if if you are kind of stuck with like, oh, I can't form a question, I don't know how to form a question, start from the answer. It will give you the template, okay? And then think about what you want to know and then replace it with the right question word. Okay, in this case, since 4月 is talking about time, okay, and you want to say when, so then いつ, you want to put it there, and then the rest is pretty much identical. And since it's a polite question, in that case, you just put か, at the end. Okay. If it's informal, いつから日本語を勉強している? Easy. Okay, but since you said you want to keep it polite, so I'll just keep it like this. Okay, so that's it. And so it's fine for that reason. And 日本語の勉強していますか? Okay, so this one is a little bit tricky. Okay, easier to just go, like this, because it stems from this sentence. And why did I do this? It's just because of 日本語を勉強する, isn't it? Just to keep it simple. Okay? 勉強する to study. Study what? Study Japanese. So 日本語を勉強する。日本語を勉強している。Present continuous. 日本語を勉強しています for formal. Isn't it? Okay? So this will be much easier for you. But if you want to actually do this, it's a little bit tricky. Okay. 日本語の勉強. So you want to use 勉強 as a noun, right? Okay. In that case, since you did the noun, no noun, you are treating this part as a noun too. Okay? That means you want to put を. Okay? Something をする. Okay? Since you treated this part as a noun because you put 日本語の勉強 as one thing. Okay? So it's a noun. So noun をする. Isn't it? をしている. Okay? So you want to put this. Or otherwise it sounds a little bit unbalanced. Okay? The most balanced will be this. Okay? いつから日本語を勉強していますか? Or maybe better if you want to go like this. どのくらい日本語を勉強していますか? Yeah. Okay. So, that's that. Send this one. Okay, so I think I just answered that one. Okay. Here we go. Right, so let me just check the chat. Let me see. Corey's here. Everyone's here. Let me see. Just checking the chat. Just give me my. Let me see. Joke. Yeah. Let me see. It's a lot. Let's see. I'm drinking my tea. Patrick, henna also is weird, but it's not in a funny way. Henna hito. Henna is very wide. Henna. Anything that's strange, weird. Henna hito, like even describing someone that's like super weird as well. Henna is also fine too. Eccentric, that's a good word. That's a henna is also good for that, kind of eccentric, kind of weirdness. Something that's not normal because that's how it's written. Hen is like something that's different, something that's changed. So it's something that's not considered, normal. Anyway, so, let's see, that's funny. I thought the remote was right there. It's the same way as funny using a place of strange. Yeah, right, Corey, yeah, exactly. That's weird. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's not there. Right. Jump to a stray moment, yeah. Let's see. And as like it's a half joke and half serious. Oh, okay, see. Let me see. Jump Jiru, haven't been studying Japanese for like 2 years now, but the streams is giving me that motivation. Yes, Jump Jiru, if you feel like overwhelmed, do what you can, just like watching this, it will help. So, you don't like, if you don't feel like studying, you don't have to push yourself because you might end up hating it, but like just be in the chat, just, talking to me or talking to, other fellows in the chat, might give you a reason to study. You might want to just study together. So, it's up to you. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Hechi been encouraging. Good. Okay, jump Jiro, okay, okay, you're using Boom Pro? Okay, good. The grammar book you've recommended again. The owl, you mean Somatome? You mean jump Jiro is a Somatome you're talking about? I might look at it later. I might post a link. Okay. May! It's been a while. Okay. You're here. Good. Also, White Wolf. You think you shouldn't be here? I mean, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome, Patrick. You're right. White Wolf, don't worry. I mean, of course, it might look a bit advanced, but everyone's very welcoming here. So you are welcome to stick around and just say funny things. That's okay. Right. Zaito, stop picking on me. Yeah, I got traumatized by my last week's stream. Yeah. Let me see. Jump Jiru, my favorite comedian is Kasuga Toshiaki. Kasuga Toshiaki. 知らない. I don't know. I'll check him out. Let me see. Corey. If you ask it. Yeah, good. Yeah. The White Wolf. Guys here in the chat. The guys and girls here in the chat are super helpful. So like, if you are like a little bit lost and like, if you want to talk to, everyone, please feel free. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. Hello. Hey, I'm Javier. Hello. You're new. Good. Hello. Good to see you. Good. Excellent. Let me see. Right. Okay, I'm gonna just okay, let me see. Okay, Javier saying something. One sec. Let me see. I might not gonna respond quickly enough. Okay, let me see. Hi, I'm Javier. Taking an intro to Japanese class. Okay, in university, it was so fast-paced. It was rough, and I didn't really enjoy it. So just practicing on my own time with the material I already have, which was Genki 1. Okay, okay, good. Like yeah, I know. Like it's overwhelming to take a class at university, and they go really fast. Too fast, I think. And they don't even check if you understand the grammar points and things like that. I totally understand that, like, it might have maybe confused you, or like you felt you were left alone. But the thing is, this happens to pretty much everyone. So you're not alone, and you're free to study whatever you want and whenever you like, as much as you want. And there's no rule. Like, you decide. See what I mean? Okay, sure. I'll go. One sec. I was just going through the chat because I don't want to be left alone. So. Good. And what was it? Okay. So I think I answered everything here. And okay, so here we go. 今週の日曜に日本語勉強 Okay, I see. Right, you wanna okay. Telling the person from sentence 2 that I have a conversation with that I may not study Japanese this Sunday. Okay, you see. In sentence 3, I use the particle or between them because I'm saying that I won't study a particular language. You mean the object or? Yeah, okay. This or is exactly the same as that. So yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, you want to use omo? Okay. Let me show you something. One sec, I need to set up my this one here. And let me just double check if it's the right version. Okay, this is the one. Okay, let me see. I'm talking to myself. Here we go. Can you see this one? Okay, so when you want to say, okay, when you want to say, I think, I think blah blah blah. I think, anime is interesting, or I think that sushi is, delicious. That kind of thing. If you want to tell your own opinion, okay, the structure is like this. Okay, Hechi, if you look at it, look at this one. So you just put a sentence here. Okay, like a sentence. And to omo. So omo,思います happens only at the end. Okay, I just wrote it as omo, but this is the dictionary form. The master form is 思います. So I have some examples. Just be careful when you're using, a noun or an adjective. Okay, this is so similar to this, when you're using kara and kedo. Remember, when you're using a noun, an adjective, this da comes out. Noun, adjective, da kedo, but everything else or everything that's conjugated, you could just connect as it is, and the same thing happens. Exact same thing happens here. Okay, so if you have a noun, an adjective, it's of course da to omo, and the form, especially the form is in the plain form. So I have an example here. So Yuffie wa genki. Yuffie is my cat. Okay, the name comes from Final Fantasy VII. So Yuffie wa genki. Yuffie wa genki da to omo. So genki is an adjective. So I have da here, right? And I think that Yuffie is healthy. She's running around. She's fine. And if I actually have a noun, so Yuffie wa genki na neko. So a healthy cat. In that case, well, this is a noun, so I need to, pop this one like this. So Yuffie wa genki na neko da to omou. So I think that Yuffie is genki na neko. Okay, but then everything else you can connect directly. Okay, so you didn't have an adjective or noun, so that's safe. So then you need to follow this one. Okay, so if you look at the structure, you see it's always like this. It's always like a sentence to omo. Okay, so then if you see this, Haburu wa kawaii. Habo, it's my other cat, flat-faced cat. Haburu wa kawaii, so Habo is cute. So I think that Habo is cute, right? So then in this case, I have to omo at the end, I think, and then I have a complete sentence here. So 明日 tomorrow 友達と so with my friends 映画を見る watch a film, watch a movie と思う so I think that I'm gonna watch a film with my friends tomorrow. Okay, so if you see this, yeah, と思う comes at the end. See, so I have a sentence と思う and in this case, if you want to make this one formal, don't mess with this one. Only the end. So then you'll be saying 思う and you change it to 思います Okay, 明日友達と映画を見ると思います Okay, and yeah, this just applies to pretty much everything apart from nouns and adjectives in the plain form. Okay, so yeah, と思う like this. Okay, and even the negative form is conjugated. And yume is an adjective, but well, yume datta is the past tense. Okay, in that case, past tense is not, not the plain form. It's not the present tense. Okay, so then, yeah, you just treat it just like everything else like this. Okay, so that's that. So you want to have to omo at the end. Okay, let me just go back. Let me see. Google Docs. Okay, we go. Let me see. You're asking questions. One sec. Let me see, Sensei. You can just go. Yeah, one sec. I appreciate that you explained sentence one so well. I know sentence two. Okay. Oh, okay. When did you? Okay, Stigs. When did you send your sentences? Maybe you sent them in a little bit late. I'll check later. Okay, one sec. Let me see. Yeah, but it's a plain form. I can add imasu. Let me see. Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. So, let me see. Yeah. So if you see this, if you're using like と思う、勉強しないと思います。I see. Okay. So you want to use 思います Okay, 思いますと思います At the end, it's fine 思います I think. And then, yeah, this part, yeah, should stand on its own as a sentence. So 今週の日曜日に、日本語を勉強しないと思います。Okay, this one, like, to me, 今週の日曜は、you could use wa for a reason. Let me see. As a, if you want to, compare and contrast something, like, oh, I normally study, on Sundays, but this Sunday I'm not gonna do it. If you want to have that kind of nuance, the natural way is to have wa. That's what I call contrast wa. But okay, well, I just want to keep it as it is because it's not really a mistake. Okay. 日本語勉強しない. Yeah, so I changed it to しない because when you have, a sentence と思う structure, this part, the sentence part, yeah, it's got to be in the casual form. You will modify the formality at the end. Okay, so I think that this answers your question. Let me see. Okay, so context. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this one because I think I just said it. So, okay. 日本は水田がたくさんあります。Okay. 日本には水田が It depends on the context again. Is it gonna be just like kind of random thing that you're saying, or is it like happening like in a conversation, or like I need a little bit more information because it sounds a little bit like let me see. 日本に水田がたくさんあります。日本には is also fine too. Let me see. If I want to make this very natural, I will put ni wa like this. Don't ask me why. No, joking. So 日本に I'm just like kind of using this location に something がある pattern, but okay, if you want to say this, the word you want to use is actually 多い. Okay. You might want to use が多い pattern. Okay, let me see. 水田が This sounds very natural. 多い. Okay. So 日本は水田が多い. So this is like this is a subject は and this is like a specific thing が an adjective. So 多い always takes like something が多い. Okay. So when you want to say, oh, there are a lot of this and that, there are a lot of people. Let me just give you some examples of this. It's always good to look at examples. So one sec. So if I want to do this, okay. if I want to use this pattern, how do I use it? 東京は Okay, 東京は人が多い Okay. Okay, perfect. So 東京は人が多い So we use it like this. Okay. There are a lot of people in Tokyo. It's like Tokyo has like 14 million people, like in the population is crazy. Yeah, people in Tokyo. So this is a really good like kind of template. So you can use this 東京は人が多い as a pattern. Okay, so when you're talking about, oh, there are a lot of people in Tokyo, there are a lot of shops in Tokyo, there are a lot of like restaurants in Tokyo, things like that. This is a really good like pattern to use. So this is what I did here. So 日本は水田が多い. Okay, instead of, I mean, there's nothing grammatically wrong about it. Okay, but to me, yeah, this one sounds more natural. Okay, because I'm just my first choice is using a template like this. Okay, so yeah, this happens like sometimes. Oh, I just made a sentence that's grammatically correct, but like when it's compared to something else, let's see, like this. Oh, this one is more preferred. Like this happens a lot in Japanese, so you kind of have to know. Oh, I mean, it's actually not wrong. Like when you say it, like when you're speaking, it's perfectly fine. But this is just like little bit more refined and preferred. Okay, so that's that. And let me see. 小さい虫は机の下にいます。Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, 小さい虫 is correct. So small bug, yeah, that's fine. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. You've seen this before, but let me show you something else. See, I'm gonna just take a look at this one. If this is the right file. Let me see. I'm gonna go here and do this one instead. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I need to switch my screen here. Okay, so I can see. Okay, so the comparison of let me see. Gonna close some windows here. So yeah, if you see the two sentences here, I'm comparing two different sentences that are very similar, isn't it? So if you just want to simply say like there's a TV, at home or in the house, the pattern is location ni and something ga and aru, isn't it? Just want to follow this template. If you're just simply saying there is a TV, at home or in the house, or of course, this could be rephrased as I have. I have a TV at home. Do I have one? I don't really watch TV. I have just a display. Anyway, and of course, aru for non-living things, iru for living things, right? And oh yes, yeah, sorry. I wanted to compare these two, sorry. So yeah, I wanted to compare 家に猫がいる versus 猫は家にいる. They sound very similar, but they're actually different. Okay, I actually mentioned this before, but let me say this again since it came up once more. So this first pattern, I'm just simply saying like there's a cat, there is a cat, or it could be cats, it could be plural, depending on like how many you mean. Okay, so there's a cat at home or in the house. In my house, I actually have two. So 家に猫がいる. In this case, you're just saying like, oh, I have a cat, by the way, and in case you have a cat allergy, just be warned, kind of thing. Okay, so 家に猫がいる. So it's just like not a specific cat. I'm not really, I'm not saying, oh, I have Yuffie and Hubble here. I have Yuffie and Hubble, 2 cats, in my house. But this sentence is a bit different, even though it's very similar. If I say neko wa, and bring this here, neko wa ie ni iru means that you actually know, or the other person actually knows what kind of cat or which cat I'm talking about. Okay, so neko wa ie ni iru. Okay, so here is the cat is at home, or my cat is at home, or it could be taken as my cats are at home as well. Specific cats, okay, versus just stating, this sentence is just stating the fact, describing, the situation. It's more descriptive, but this is more oh, my cat, the cat, specific cats, Hubble, Yuffie, my cats. So if you say, neko wa doko ni iru? Where are your cats? Then I might skip this, of course, and then ie ni iru, they're at home, they're indoor cats. So yeah, so just going back to your sentence, Hechi, one sec. Which one was it? Yes, here we go. Yeah, so did you just see this one? Okay, so it was specific subject, right? Takes wa, but this one you're just simply saying there's a small bug. It's not your pet bug or anything, right? So in that case you wanna do the other version, which is 机の下に this is absolutely fine. 机の下に小さい虫がいます。小さい虫が and then it's perfect. Okay, so location ni in this case, because of iru, aru iru, good. Oh yeah, sorry about this. You wanted to do the formal one sec. I totally forgot. Okay, so going back here. So 机の下に yeah, so you used noun no noun, good, and you used it as one noun, and you have another location ni because of aru iru, isn't it? So iru is right here, and you are using iru because of mushi. Mushi is a living being, so you are using iru instead of aru. That's a good choice. And yeah, the only thing was that 小さい虫 had wa, in your previous sentence, in your original sentence, so I moved it here, okay, with ga, because you're just saying there is a small bug under the desk. Okay, so that's that. I hope that makes sense. Let me just take a quick look at the chat. Let me see. I might not be able to respond. God, a lot of things happens here in my in my office. Let me see. Quickly gonna go through. Hechi, understand? Good. Oh, Jump Jiru, I was in the market for sojiki. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Just going through the chat as quickly as I can. Let me see. Stigs, I don't know if I've actually been through your sentences, but I'll just double check, okay? Let me see. Andrew! Here, I was wondering where you are. Okay, you're here. Good. And let's see. Oh, an hour ago. Okay, Sticks. Might be a little bit late. I'll try to find them. Okay, I'll try to find them. If we can squeeze them, I'll try to cover your sentences. But oh, first one was yours, Andrew. Okay. Sure. Good. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Let me see. Already understood you is emphasis. Well, isn't really an emphasis. It does different things. Depends on what it is. Okay, if it's just a subject or something that's being already addressed as a subject, it's subject wa. And if it's a comparison, comparison wa and so on and so forth. But anyway, let me see. Andrew, when I practice writing in Japanese, chatting with a native person, the hardest thing is to find the correct word in the dictionary. Right. Okay. I get, and I kind of fold with 大学部. Okay, but I totally understood, Andrew. I totally understood what you were trying to say, so it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Let me see, Hechi, and let me see. Okay, Patrick, Tokyo, talking about Tokyo. Yeah, it's too populated, isn't it? Oh, okay. Jump Jiru, you're gonna go to bed? Okay. Oh, yeah. Please. If you need to go anywhere, please go. Well, good to see you. Thank you for sticking around. Good. Okay. Yeah, Hechi. Yeah, you good sentences. Good. Let me just go through. Okay, let me go through Xerain's sentences. Okay, one sec. Trying to go through as quickly as possible. Okay. Xerain might not be here, but I'm gonna just just gonna go through Xerain's sentences. Okay. お腹が空いたのでマクドナルドに来ました。One sec. Okay, so you want to say so? Okay. お腹が空いた Google always knows. お腹が空いたのでマクドナルドに行きました。Okay, so yeah. You want to keep it polite? Okay, so that's why I put no de here. Okay? Therefore, お腹が空いたのでマクドナルドに行きました。Okay? しかし誰かが全部のチーズバーガーを盗んだので、yeah. When you're using ので、this part has to be actually casual. Even though ので is formal, this will not, take masu form. Okay, this is gonna be always casual, and then ので makes it formal. And let me see. However, someone stole all the cheeseburgers, so I left. Okay, ので saru. We actually don't use it. Let me see. 帰りました。帰る。Yeah, 帰る。To go back. 帰りました。or 出ました。like to leave. Yeah, okay. 出ました。Okay. So I left. So 出る is to exit. 帰りました is also fine too. Like I went back. Went back home. Let me see. Oh, since it continues, so okay. So 帰る doesn't really apply here. So 出る is fine. 出る is to exit. Okay. Let's see. 後で、湖に行ったけど、魚がいませんでした。One sec. So, afterwards, so 後で、湖に Okay, so my tip here is that okay, so when you're writing, you want to keep the tone consistent. Okay? So, the first one, ました so formal, and then that's why I changed it to sorry, let me scroll up. Okay, one second. Yeah, the first one has ました and you want to keep it formal. That's why I changed it to ので here. And also, yeah, ので formal, and this is formal ending. So you want to keep it, if you're writing it formally, you want to keep it writing formally. Okay, so 後で so けど is casual. So 行きましたが魚がいませんでした。One sec. 湖にI mean, if it's a casual sentence, it's fine though. 湖に行ったけど魚 One sec. So since you're saying this is the past, past negative ませんでした。Okay, so that's that. Let's see. 湖に行きましたが、let me see. Yeah, this is a tricky part, isn't it? I mean, yeah. So, けど is casual. So I got rid of it because you have formal here. and everything else is formal. I'm just keeping it formal. So you want to keep the tone exactly the same when you're writing. When you're writing casual, you want to keep it casual throughout. Okay. So 来ましたが so yeah 来ましたが but 魚がいませんでした there were no fish. Okay. Do this. Okay, it's fine. スーパーにも行きましたが okay. Since yeah, again, I want to keep the tone exactly the same. So one sec. Of course, if it was a casual sentence, kiddo was perfectly fine. I will do the casual versions later. One sec. I'll just go through. I'm gonna just correct them. As it should be, as they should be. ステーキが売り切れました。売り切れていました。Okay. This is a tricky one. So 売り切れている. Since you're describing like the state, so it's actually has to be written like this. 売り切れて, let me do this. I think Corey kind of asked me this before, and it's related to that, talking about like state or condition. So like so 売り切れている. So, of course, 売り切れている is from 売り切れる. 売り切れる is like something sells out. So, of course, it's something が、売り切れる、something, sells out. So, like チケットが売り切れる, for example, if you say チケットチケットが売り切れ、OK、売り切れた、売り切れました。If it's formal, チケットが売り切れた、売り切れました。is like the tickets, ticket, tickets, tickets sold out, basically. So that's that. チケットが売り切れた。But here, you were actually describing the state that it was out, like it was sold out. Not just stating that, all the tickets were sold. Yeah, tickets sold out. So in that case, you kind of have to explain the situation or condition. So, 売り切れて定フォン。売り切れる、売り切れて定フォン plus いる、定フォン plus いる、present continuous. This form does a lot of different things. If you've been watching my streams, you're like, hey, how many things can you do with this one? This is, yeah. So now we can use this as the like state, a condition. So when you want to say something that's like, oh, the tickets are sold out, or the in the sushi is sold out, or the books, the popular botches, manga is sold out. Then you'll be using this. Okay, so 売り切れていました. So that's why I'm using this one, because it's like a state condition. Okay, so スーパーにも行きましたが、ステーキが売り切れていました. Okay, so steak was sold out. Shall I write this one a little bit? One sec. I just put this like at the end. One second. Just copy this, and gonna just put it here. Okay. Put it like in a different color. Okay, we go. もう一度 one more time. Okay, 猫缶を食べる. Okay, はず. This one cannot be used for your own actions. Did you know that? Let me explain. Okay. はず. Okay. This is my specialty. Let's see. Okay, let me just double check my file here. Okay, this is the right file I have, and Google Docs. 1 sec. Here we go. Can you see this one? Okay, hazu. Okay, let me just set my screen here. I know it's moving a little bit because I'm moving it. Right, so when you want to use a hazu, I know this might be a little bit advanced. You know, if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. You know, eventually, you might, see this when you're learning grammar, but you don't have to understand it. Okay, you don't have to understand any of this. But since this one just, came up in the last sentence, I just want to explain what this is. Okay, when you want to use a hazu, you are talking about like, oh, I'm sure that this will happen. You're predicting something. Oh, I'm sure this is gonna be this way, kind of thing. Okay, so it's actually very complicated because if you take a look, it spans into many pages, over many pages. Okay, it keeps going. Depending on what you're using, it changes too. So let me see. Yeah, and it also like if it's about the past tense, the meaning will be different. But in this case, Xerain sentence was more like kind of future prediction, right? Yeah. So the one you wanna use is like present tense plus hazu, and this means like, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that this will happen, or this is the case, based on some evidence. Okay, so and in my example sentence here is 明日. Okay, 明日は this is just a filler. It's a filler は so 明日は so tomorrow 雨 rain 雨が降る it rains. Okay, so 明日は雨が降るはず so I'm sure it's gonna rain tomorrow. Okay, so when you're predicting something, oh, I'm sure this is gonna happen. I'm sure, this team will win, or I'm sure, she's gonna win, or I'm sure he's not gonna make it to the party, kind of thing. When you're predicting something, you wanna use hazu, but you can't use it for your own plans. This is the thing. Okay, this is what I wanted to say. You could describe or predict anything else. Because it's weird, isn't it? Why do you predict your own action? You know what you're gonna do, or like you control it yourself. So hazu is, you're talking about like probability and prediction. Like, are you unpredictable? Right? So when you're using hazu, you can't use it for your own plans or actions. Okay, but for everything else, like you're like predicting, oh, it might rain, or I'm sure it's gonna rain tomorrow. No, it might. This is like more like you're sure, you're certain that it will rain. This is when you wanna use hazu. Okay, and it's a little bit complicated to use because as you can see, I have a table here. This is all like my own creation. I'm sure you know this by now. You can't find this anywhere else. I make my own files myself. So it's actually a bit complicated, so don't worry about it. I will still try uploading this file. I need to add like watermarks later. Because some people actually steal it and claim it like it's theirs. It's like, it's not fair. I made it, Anyway, so yeah, the conjugation is a little bit tricky when you're using like an adjective. An adjective or like a noun, you might have to kind of think about like, na and no. Don't worry about it for now. Okay, but what Xerain wanted to do was, Xerain wanted to use a verb at the end or just before hazu. Okay, but be careful. You can't use it for your own plans. Okay, I'm not gonna go through every single points here, but I will put some watermarks later. Trying to upload it if I remember, but I'm busy and I have a lot of things to do, so I might not be able to do it immediately, but I'm trying. Okay, and it's my day off. Anyway, so let's go back to Google Docs. Let's see. Right. Okay, here we go. Woo. So yeah, again, so she wanted to use hazu, but yeah, Google already kind of predicted. Funny. 食べるつもり. Okay. Let me see. It looks like I'm having cat food again tonight. Okay, so if you want to say, okay, looks like you're having, okay, tsumori will be like, something like that you're gonna do. So like, 食べると思います is fine. Okay. Let's use the same omo as before. So in this case, so もう一度 once more or once again, 猫缶 like cat food. 猫缶 is more like a wet food, cat food, but it's wet food. 猫缶を食べる、と思います。Yeah, と思う is very useful, because you think that you will do this. So even though she says, looks like I'm having cat food again tonight, I'm kind of paraphrasing it. I'm not translating this word for word. Okay, sometimes, when you are like kind of stuck with like writing sentences, trying to paraphrase it into something much easier. Okay, so もう一度 or また is fine. また is a little bit easier if you want to use また、猫缶を食べる、食べると思います。Okay, then of course it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's close enough. My tip here is that like you don't want to like kind of be too close to your English translation sometimes. Sometimes it's just easier to say it, with super simple Japanese, and it doesn't have to be 100% correct or 100% close to English, because it's not gonna be 100% anyway. So like, why do you bother? Okay. So she says, I try to make it simpler. Semi successful. Good. Yeah. Mostly trying to practice ni and de. Good. Yeah. I saw a lot of ni here, there, somewhere. So good. But this time you just wanted to kind of keep the tone, the same. But if you want me to write it more casually, let me see. So I'm gonna just copy this and just do the casual version. Let me see. So if you want to do the casual, let me see. すいたから of course you had kara before, but let me just いった okay. Here we go. That's the casual version. As you can see, it's shorter. And oh yeah, here. Like 店を出ました. So mise shop. Okay, that's that. One second, let me just keep checking. One sec. Yeah, I need to keep checking the preview. Sometimes I forget because I'm doing a lot of different things. Gonna copy this and しかしだけど、でも it's fine. 誰かが全部のチーズバーガーを盗んだから、okay. 店を出た。Okay. Here we go. So that's casual and so if you wanna just それで言ったけど、魚がいなかった。Simple, isn't it? So いなかった。Okay. So 後で湖に行ったけど、魚がいなかった。Okay. So that's that. So, let me just do this. Okay, just. スーパーにも行ったけど、ステーキが売り切れていた One sec. This is optional, and then, one sec. Just do this, and the same thing is here too. Same thing about this. So, yeah, ステーキが売り切れていた。 And so then if you want to do this one, just turn this into casual. もう一度。また it's fine. また it's nice and easy. また猫缶を食べると思う。Okay. Here we go. So yeah, I just added the casual version underneath. So like when you're writing like sentences, okay, so they are like sequential like sentences, right? So like when you are like starting with like formal, you want to keep it formal. You want to be consistent with the formality if you want to keep it like this, you go for the top one, go for the top one. Okay, so and then you're like, oh, I want to practice the casual version. Then okay, お腹が空いたからマクドナルドに行った。だけど誰かが全部のチーズバーガーを盗んだから、店を出た。後で湖に行ったけど魚がいなかった。スーパーにも行ったけどステーキが売り切れていた。また猫缶を食べると思う。You wanna keep it, consistent throughout. Okay? So you don't want to mix and match. Okay? I mean, in speaking, okay, you can get away with it sometimes. People are more forgiving. But in writing, you want to keep it consistent so you don't develop a bad habit. You'll be always aware, oh, I just mixed it up. Anyway, so I think, okay, one sec. I'm so thirsty. Let me see. And let me have a quick look at was it Stigs? Somebody else submitted more sentences, but I think it was too late. Let me take a look, okay? Let me just take a look. You guys can just chill, okay? You guys can chill, but I will just check if there's any extra sentences. One sec. I'm just gonna go to the form again. Yeah, okay, it was a bit too late. Okay, one sec. I will just go there and individual sentences. Go to the last one. Just trying to get your sentences. Okay, one sec. Yeah. Some sentences. Okay, let me just copy these and yep. Gonna copy here and I need to tidy up a little bit. One sec. Let's see. Okay, I see 3 sentences. Okay, one sec. I'm adding your sentences. Stigs. I think it was Stigs. Let me see. Gonna add some new sentences. One sec. Okay. Okay, one sec. Yeah, let me tidy up a little bit. Okay, Stigs. I'm here. I just copied and pasted. I know. Okay. Let me see. And okay, one sec. I'm just tidying up a little bit here. This is why I have like a deadline. When I ask for like, sentence submissions. By this time, Sticks, don't worry. I'm still, I managed to get your sentences. But anyway, I always kind of do this before the stream. Okay, but it's okay. I can still do this now. Okay, here we go. I have it here. Have your sentences. Some sentences I actually wrote out to someone. Okay, context is they messaged me on Discord. Okay, from a shared server, and you didn't know them. Okay, I see. Okay, let me see. And let me put this underneath so then I can just compare. Okay. So okay. It's easy to see. One sec. This and you want to ask this too. Okay, one sec. Just tidying up a bit. No, that's not what I want. Okay, here we go. Look. 失礼その one sec. No 必要があるの? Okay, so you don't know the person, and well, if it's like if it's on Discord, you don't have to be super polite. And I guess was it more like gaming, or I might need to ask you extra questions, Stigs. Let me get to the chat. No, you're not causing any inconvenience, Stigs. It's fine. No, it's fine. One second, I'm just answering questions. ちょっと待ってね。No, you are not causing any trouble. And it's fine, Stigs. Okay, gaming server. Okay, sure. Okay, so in that case, you don't have to be super polite. So let me see. You kind of want to maintain kind of casual, but still like maybe slightly polite so that you don't offend anybody. Okay, that kind of tone. Okay, I see. I guess, of course, gamers can be a little bit aggressive every now and then, depending on, the game, or I don't want to judge anybody, but yeah, I've read some people just go, nuts. So, you don't want to make them angry, I guess. Let's see. したら、必要があるの? Okay, what's the translation you wanna say? Let me see. 失礼だったらすいません。必要ですか? Okay, so for the sentence one, what's the exact translation you are going for? Can you tell me what this is so then I can answer more correctly? Sorry if this is okay. Let me see. Let me copy that. One sec. Something you need. Okay, I see. That's what you want to ask. Okay, sorry if this is rude, but is there something you need? Okay, I see. I'll do it in two ways, okay? I'll do it a little bit more formal. I'll do it a little bit more casual. Depends on what, which tone you're going for, you can pick, okay? 何か必要ですか? 失礼ですが、何か必要がありますか? 何か必要ですか? 何ですか is also fine too. Like if you want to just say, let me see. 何か必要なことがあるの? 何か必要なの? Let me see. Or simply you can say 何でしょうか? 失礼ですが、何か必要ですか? Or you could say, let me see. 失礼ですが, I'm sorry. Let me see. Simply, I know it's better not to translate word for word in this case. Okay, if I were you in that case, so they're like, okay, contacting you, okay, and for the first time, right? Okay, only like when you're playing a game, and like, okay, you're like, oh, what do you want, kind of thing, right? You can just simply say 何でしょう? What is it? Just simply, I mean, like, if you want to translate word for word, and 失礼ですが、何か必要ですか? Okay, it doesn't really sound natural in Japanese. So like in that kind of chat, Discord, situation. So like, okay, if I were you, I might just respond it like quickly like this. 何でしょう? What is it? Oh, how may I help? How can I help? Okay. Let me see. したら、is the no in 必要なこと? Okay, sorry, I just deleted the whole thing. したら、何か必要ですか? When you're using 必要, you don't say 必要. 必要 is an adjective. 必要なことがありますか? You mean, yeah, 必要 is an adjective. 必要なこと 何が必要ですかYou don't need to worry about this. Sorry. Yeah, again, something like this is very contextual. You don't want to form like a full-on sentence. Okay, so then like in that kind of situation, somebody just like talking to you, when you're playing, like a game and like, hey, what's up, but you still want to be slightly polite and like, hey, do you need anything from me? Like it's better not to translate word for word. So like, なんでしょう? It's fine. Or simply just like 何か if you just go 何か or just simply like どうしたんですか どうしたんですか It's like what happened or like what's up but it's slightly more polite. Yeah, they will they single sentences, okay? You don't wanna use them all at the same time. Okay, you wanna use them like, okay, you wanna use maybe one of them as a response. どうしたんですかなんでしょう何か Yeah, kind of quick response. When you're like on Discord, you want to respond to somebody quickly. This is how I would actually answer. なんでしょう or 何か or どうしたんですか And then of course it depends on what happens after. Okay. Let me see. I think my plan is all over the place looking back on this. Okay. 俺の日本語の対談日本語は is fine はまだ下手 Okay. 多分 let me see. Okay, so when you're talking to someone for the first time, you don't want to use 俺 Okay. Just to be on the safe side, use 僕 Okay. 僕の日本語はまだ下手 or just simply if you don't even need to say this, okay? If you don't want to say this, you can say 日本語はまだ下手 and what do you want to say after? Can you give me the exact translation so I can answer it? Let's see. So, one sec. Okay. You want to say my Japanese conversation ability is still bad? Probably. Okay, I see. Okay, in that case, again, Stigs, you might have missed a lot of the things I said earlier. Japanese is so contextual, and you don't sometimes have to say everything. Okay, the background information or the flow and the environment, everything kind of explains it. Even without mentioning it. So in that case, 日本語はまだ let me see, 多分 let me see, probably. Okay, if you want to add the element of 多分 one sec. 日本語はまだ下手だと思う let me just put it in like a better, let me see. 下手だと思うけど you might want to start like this and then connect to the next sentence. Okay, instead of saying this, you might want to connect. Okay. Let me do this. 何々さんが気にならなかったら、one sec. 気にならないなら、俺も気にしない。one sec. 日本語はまだ下手だと思うけど、下手だけど is fine. まだ下手だけど okay. Maybe it's easier. But I added 思うけど because you wanted to say probably. But it works better without, so I'm gonna get rid of it. 下手だけど Yeah, it's just easier. Okay. 日本語はまだ下手だけど、なんなんさんが気にしなければ、気にならなかったら、なんなんさんが気にしなければ気にしない。ちょっと待ってね。日本語はまだ下手だけど、何々さんが気にならなかったらいいよ。Let me see. 気にしない workable as an alternative for doesn't mind. Okay. 気にならない、気にしない、気にならない。ちょっと待ってね。strongest don't give a heck. Let me see. In this case, okay, you might not want to use 気にする気にしない here. Okay. がよかったら、それでよかったら、if that's okay with you, sounds better here. Okay? So, それよかったら、何々さんがそれでよかったら、if that's okay with you, 俺も、僕、yeah, you don't want to say 俺 like yet. Okay? Just to be on the safe side. Okay? I don't want to, I don't want to make you sound aggressive or anything. So like, feel free to change it later. Like, if you get to know this person well, and then like, if you think it's safe to use ore, okay, go for it. But like, if you want to be on the safe side, and then like, if you don't want to offend anybody, if you don't want to sound aggressive, you don't want to say ore here. Okay? Especially like for the first time when you're talking to somebody. そう。ちょっと待って。日本語はまだ下手だけど、何々さんがそれでよかったら、if that's okay with you, 僕も気にしない。Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna just delete this one. I merged sentence 2 and 3 together. Okay, so I'm gonna just delete this as well. Okay, I hope that's okay. Yeah, it's for like a chat, like a message or chat messages, like Discord and things like that. It's highly, depending on the context. So sometimes you don't want to translate word for word, and you might have to say it differently. So that's what I did. Of course, even though it's not gonna be the exact things you wanted to say, but I just like kind of adjusted to the specific situation that you were describing. Does it make sense? Okay, anyway, I'm so scared to go back to the chat because I haven't checked it for a while. So let me just go to the battlefield. Okay, let's see. Okay, one sec. So jump let me okay, Stigs, yeah, I covered your sentence, so that's cool. I might have to skip some, okay? Let me see. Yeah, don't worry, Stigs, everything's covered. There's Andrew. I have a question about asking questions. You have streams with sentence correction and Q&A. Have plenty of different questions, but they are not sentence correction. Okay. One is Q&A. Andrew, let me see. If I have a Q&A session, you can ask me anything. Maybe I should do it more often, but like the last time I had it, I didn't have a lot of questions. So Andrew, yeah, when we have sentence correction, stream like this today, please feel free to submit your questions too. It's okay. It's okay if they are not sentences. Okay, does it make sense? Because that will make it more interesting. Okay, let me see. I know. Okay, Hechi. Let me see. Explanation. Okay, sure. You know Ichika-chan. Nice to meet you. 日本からこんにちは。おはようございます。よろしくお願いします。英語で話してるけど大丈夫かな？ゆのちゃん。ゆのいちかちゃん。ね。どうもありがとう。英語の勉強してね。ちょっと待って。Okay, Hechi talking a lot. Stigs, let me see. Good. Don't worry, gaming. Okay, good, excellent. I was unaware of what level of politeness I should use on Discord. Okay, sure. And Zaito, being polite is boring. Taenyan, please teach us some juicy gamer language. I need to keep it clean. Okay. I might have a stream about that. Anyway, let's see. Patrick, top 10 words for getting banned. Speedrun. Yeah. I don't want to say any problem, words or banned words here on this stream. So let's see. Who else? Okay, Stigs. Efficiency tips like these are super helpful. It's a lot of sort of abbreviation and it confuses me super. Yeah, so Stigs, please feel free to like ask me, when you're confused, like when you see something like, oh, what does it mean? I don't understand what this means. Like, I'm so confused. You can maybe take a screenshot, or you can just like copy and paste and ask me in a stream like this. This is a really good way of like sharing. So then like I can, and also like give me more like specific like translations or like background information so I can answer you correctly. Okay, and this will help a lot of people. Okay, good. And Andrew, yes, please. Yeah, so when we have like more correction streams or whatever, yeah, like if you can submit questions beforehand, I can prepare better. Like as you can see, for this one, I had like a deadline, and so it was easier to prepare files, files like this, and then go through more like easily. I can just like I, of course, I had this already, but like instead of like spontaneously trying to find my files, it's good to know what kind of questions you want to ask, or what kind of things you want to know. Then I can prepare it beforehand, so then it's more smooth. So yeah, Andrew, please feel free if you want to just ask me questions without writing sentences. It's totally fine, because the point of doing this is like I want to benefit as many learners as possible, so that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, as long as you can contribute to that, it's great. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, good. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. So if you can submit beforehand, if you give me more time, then I can be more detailed. Okay, I can find the right things. I can tidy up files like this, and this will help you a lot. Okay, so I'm talking so long and I'm so thirsty. I'm dying. All right. So thank you so much for staying till the end of the stream. Okay. It's been my pleasure. Okay. I'll make the file. Which one? Let me see. This file. I'll make it downloadable. Okay. So you guys can study and review. Okay. I'll show you the link later. Maybe in the description or in the comment section. Okay, I'll do that. And I'll also for other things, like when I had, let me see, for like a file like this, I'll try to upload like a folder so you can take a look. Okay, so I'm trying to do that when I get some time, but I might just like rest a little bit after this. So this might take a little bit of time. Okay, I hope that's okay. And let me see who else is in the chat before I disappear. Let me just check the chat. Okay, yeah, excellent. Yeah, Hechi, yeah, thank you for checking our sentences. Yeah, my pleasure. And yeah, yeah, Stigs, no problem. Yeah, now now everyone knows that it's better for them to submit as early as possible, so then like I can like fully prepare. Okay, it gives me more time to get the right documents and things like that. So but anyway, don't worry, I was able to answer really quickly anyway, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going. Okay, I'm gonna disappear. So thank you so much for being here. It's amazing. I'm gonna just like eat some nice eat some lunch here because I haven't had anything. So I'm gonna eat something and gonna enjoy my day off. But yeah, I'll see you very soon. Okay, I'll see you maybe in the next stream. I'm streaming the Lenshu app on Tuesday. Oh, sorry, not Tuesday. Wednesday, and also I'm streaming Animal Crossing, the Nintendo game. Because it's not really for kids. It's for everyone, and it has a lot of interesting vocabulary. So like I thought it's interesting to kind of play it together. And let's see. Okay, so 今日もありがとう. Yeah, Patrick, thank you for the stream. You're welcome, Corey. 今日もありがとう. どういたしまして. Patrick, またね. Okay, so I'm going. またね. Okay. またね, everyone. See you.